Welcome to this channel. This channel is for education and culture based on historical and scientific evidence. So in the previous video I have shared that the shooting Tao 1850 per design and per history is not the shooting Tao of past 130 years. And it is not Shaolin Wing Chun type of art. And so it is not Ngo Zhao from Fujian. Also, it is not Tai Chi and all those internal art. Now, today I'd like to further share with you so that you be able to know what exactly is Wing Chun in the Red Book at the uprising when our Wing Chun ancestor is the brother of Hong Sing Choi Lei Fat ancestor when we fought the Qing. So, I like to share with you in more details so you'll be able to develop the Kung Fu, the real Wing Chun Kung Fu. See, this channel is about education. It is about everybody, every Wing Chuner who have had to learn, be able to develop Wing Chun because they have a comprehensive and in-depth understanding of what is Xiulin Tao. It is not what in the past 130 years where you have only pieces of things and different people try to glue it together, but it never works. And also, it never is like many in past few decades market it like Wing Chun is from Wang Chun, the eternal spring. So, let's get into the technical. Wing Chun in Red Book, 1850, is based on, in the fighting, is Shaolin Sword Strike, which is based on General Qi Ji Guang. It is also based on the Mei Shi Zhuang when it comes to the internal training. And of course, it has some fighting techniques of the White Crane Fujian. But the major of it in fighting, the uniqueness is Shaolin Sword Strike. The uniqueness in the internal training is Mei Shi Zhuang. The White Crane Fujian, there is a part of techniques. So we must get this clear. The real mother and father is the Shaolin Sword Strike, which is come down from the General Qi Ji Guang military art. The internal is based on Mei Shi Zhuang. Okay? One need to get this thing clear, and so that one be able to know this technology, because these are authentic Buddhist and some Taoist technology. Both the Shaolin and Mei, they are Buddhists. However, the Mei, it has some component of Taoist. Now, due to this, Wing Chun is never Fujian white crane type of breathing and fighting uniqueness. It never is. Now, I'm saying this much is not because I'm here whining, because I want to get into the details. Or else, like in past 130 years, we know that they never developed the Kung Fu. Now, today I want to share with you the very simple beginning. Okay? The very simple beginning. Just this, okay? Just this two move. And I'm going to explain to you in details. Like if you are an internal student in Red Boat, so you are clear on what it is. Because there's no point to mislead you. This is the United States of America. This is about education. This is about we want to know exactly the technology. And so everybody be able to have it, develop it. Now, in order to train in this, okay, in order to train in this, one must develop what I shared in the previous video on the EG Kamyongma. Remember, there are 3 levels of training there. The first level is your posture, proper balanced posture. The second level is your natural lower abs breathing, which is in today your aerobic base. Very strong aerobic base because you have this natural deep abdominal breathing, which is you have your breathing and of course your big amplitude of intra-abdominal pressure naturally, not forcefully. As what I shared with you before, scientifically we can measure those things, which is the second level. And then the third level, be able to get into the recovery or nurture chi, which is deep down so that you can put your body at rest so that it be able to recover. So that is the first in the EG Kamyongma. One need to develop that 3 level. Without the second level of development of the deep lower abs breathing, one will not be able to get to the recovery part in one way. On the other way, one will not be able to get in when you need to brace your abdomen to have a stable and strong core and torso for the fighting and for taking impact. Okay? So again, 3 levels. Your posture, if you don't have proper posture, you will not be able to get the natural lower abs breathing, which is I call the 2C state. Without the 2C state and the proper development, you will not be able to standing up, be able to do the recovery. So get that clear, okay? Because if you are tired, you want to get into those recovery state. Or when after one train, one want to get to the recovery state, It is like today people say that active recovery. Okay. So in today's language, today's science, we know it's 100% scientific. It is a real deal. Now, so one must develop that. It is this simple. I have already do your homework for you, writing every process clearly and proven it scientifically in my books, as what I shared in previous video. The difficult part is this is not something flamboyant. This is not something uh, like in a movie. It is hard work. One need to stand there 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. One need to go examine on the first level, the posture, the the joints, the bones, handling, and then the second level, the breathing handling, and then the third level. It takes a lot of work there. But then if it doesn't have the in-depth of the thing, the soul of the art, do you think I will do it for 48 years? I start to learn the Xilium Tao set 1975. Today is 2022. So how many years is that? 70, 80, 90, 2000, 2001. So almost 50 years. Now, you want to develop that. That is your Kung Fu. When you grow old, you can use that to help you to work with your medical team to help your health. That is the number one important thing. Remember, in Chinese Kung Fu, it always say strengthen and make your body healthy. And then only after that you have the fighting part. Without that, you will get into what today called the aerobic deficiency syndrome. You have no handle on this body in high speed, in long endurance practice, and so forth. So you need to develop this. Only after you develop this balancing, like an X, you can get into your breathing and your qi flowing the entire body, like in the meditations. So there's a term in Buddhism called Pian Shen Qi. Pian Shen Qi means the qi, the energy which is flowing through the entire body. And in order to get the Pian Shen Qi, like in your lotus posture, you need to have like a cross here, balance. You don't want to be like that. You don't want to be like that. You want to be balanced. Left, right, balance. Front, back, balance. Then you develop that. As today, we say that when you're breathing, use a 360 degree. You want to get that. Or else you don't have the foundation to practice because you do not be able to feel, to sense, to aware of what is going on when you do this. You will not be able to making any sense, but you're going to mimic thing which is, it really doesn't do much. Now, in the past 130 years, in Wing Chun Xilium Tao, you see there are three types. Okay, three types of performing this part of the beginning part of the 小念头. Namely, you have in e.g. Kamyangma, you do this. That's not one type. The second type is going down. That's the second type. The third type is going down. Third type. All of this is wrong. Technically, not per Hendrik, not per lineage, not per interpretation. It is wrong technically based on the 1850s 小念头 design. Notice, it is not interpretations, it's not lineage, it is design, technically designed. The 1850 小念头, due to it has this 峨眉十二庄 technology there, it is very detailed. It has the 6 core element there. Body, mind, breathing, chi flow, strength or force flow, and momentum. It consists of this element, even though as we stand, one needs to know how to handle that 6 core element. So when one do this, it involves all the 6. Now, if you do it in the past 130 years, you notice one thing. Your breathing is not fluent in the chest. That's for sure. Why do I know? Because those who do the set, design the sets, do not taking account on the 6 core element, do not taking account on the breathing and chi flow. Thus, if you do this, this is an external practice, external sets, which is do not consider the design of the breathing and chi flow and so forth. So that's why when you do this kind of stuff, there are many versions people can do with the palm downward and then doing this or doing this or doing this. But all the similarity is the chest, the breathing is not smooth here. If you do the 1850, you will feel the breathing is continue on from the e.g. Kamyangma, the chi flow entire body is continue on this. No part of your body in terms of breathing is stuck or not feel really light and deep. Okay? Because it takes considerations on the breathing and also the 12 meridians or the channel. It feels really light and it feels that you don't have to using brute force strength to drive it. Now, let me explain to you. So, when the design going down like that, It is the exhale. Okay? When it going up like that, it is an inhale. Okay? So this is an exhale. This is an inhale. Now, at exhale, it is using this part of the yin and yang, the pinky part, pinky side of the yin and yang. So it is cutting it down, 45-degree cutting it down. Okay? And with this exhale, it is using the yin channel, which is flow out from chest. So when you start to do this, it's actually start from your body. You need your body, and then you exert down your body, and then you exert the force down from body to your finger. When you inhale up, it is coming back from your finger towards your body. And this is inhale using your yang side of meridian, and using this thumb side of the channel. That's why in the 1850s, Shilin critic said that when the hand raised up front, one must know the yin and yang. That means which part of your body and the meridian, how it accord to your breathing. So the design is the body handling, physical, the breathing, the chi flow, all is one piece. That's why you will not get a suffocate or heavy in your chest. The entire thing is a natural flow. That's why in the 1850s, Shilin writing, it said that accord to the natural, spontaneously accord to the natural breathing and the chi flow. That's what it is. Okay? Now, if you look at the other you notice one thing. They do not differentiate the breathing and the chi flow accord to the body, and they move the elbow backward. That is the signature of when they inhale, they are using the yin side, and you will get suffocated. When you inhale, you want to use the yang side, so it won't stuck here. When you exhale, you want to use the yin side. That is Chinese culture. That is Qigong. That's internal. So, due to they are not designed that way, their breathing is not smooth. Once the breathing is not smooth, you know you're forcing it. When you are forcing it, that no longer internal because you're brute forcing and you are not going to develop what is in the 1850s Xu sense. Okay? So you see, 1850, say we cut it layer by layer. Okay? Going down, Going down 45 degrees, it is from the body, travel to the ball, to the finger. Coming back, it is from the finger back to the body. Exhale, inhale. The meridian is exhale, traveling downward. Inhale, traveling upward, back to the body. Everything is one. Okay? So, this is the design of 1850 shooting town. It is no longer having any design there. It is no longer having any design there. It is no longer having any design there, but movement. And very clearly, if you do that, your elbow is moving in, moving in, moving in. While in 1850 shooting town, the elbow do not move in. You're going down like that, you lift it up. This elbow is not move in, move back. Okay? This is move back, move back, move back. This is not. It going down, it do a circle, circle back. Moving down, elbow is there, it circle back. It not pulling it back. That is the design. Okay? So that is how is internal mean. The design take into considerations of the body dynamic, the breathing dynamic, the chi flow dynamic, which is the 12 meridians. When you do this, there is no dynamic there on the breathing and the chi flow. When you do that, same thing, you don't have it. In fact, you are already locked it up in your chest breathing. When you do that, same thing. You just do it. Try it. As soon as you have the standing in balance, have that experience, you will feel you are not going to do something like this. Because it suffocates. It doesn't follow the body, the flow anymore. Now you can go study Tai Chi. Okay? You can study the Tai Chi with the top best Tai Chi grandmaster in the world today. They will not be able to tell you this. Because Wing Chun is not Tai Chi. You need to have this transmissions to know what it is. This is the comprehensive, in-depth understanding. Only with this type of 见地, you'll be able to develop the Kung Fu. Then that's called 真传, the authentic teaching. Without that, you will not be able to develop the Kung Fu. Okay? So it is very easy to spot if you know how to check on this 6 core element, who is doing what, who can activate which core element. Past 130 years is very simple. You look at the photo, you look at the video, you look at the student of the lineage, you see what they are doing. And when it comes to people, many people in in the West saying that Wing Chun is from Wang Chun. You just check on that, you say, come on. Do you know what you're talking about? So I want to leave with you today in this. With the yesterday's or 2 days ago's history, you know Wing Chun is never Wang Chun. Now you know further the technology behind it. And next time I'm going to share with you. Wing Chun is not fighting square like that. This thing is not a block. And again, you cannot mimic me. Many people watch my old video and mimic me. There are still key here of handling. So if people mimic me, I know they're mimicking me. They don't understand that. Or if they really practice really hard, they really get it, then I know that too, because I just can check your wrist positioning. So this is what I'd like to share with you today. And seriously, if you want to learn something, I am encouraging everybody to really learn it. Okay? It's not mine. It's yours. It's the ancestors' legacy. I'm going to die someday. It is yours. Why not develop it? Why not learn it? But don't be like those many so-called grandmasters who come study with me. Mimic a little bit thing and start to go out there and say this is internal, that internal. And that's why I kick people out left and right. Why? You serious? You want to be internal? Stand there. Put your core 360 there. Measure your breathing 360 degree. Your intra-abdominal pressure handling. Put yourself into the recovery mode. Measure your heart rate. Until then, what do one really know anyway? All this big talk about internal. Nobody present what I present to you today in past 130 years. Yes, in China, you cannot find this. But if you do this, you can go to any university for scientific comparison. You can see the different result from these two things, as what I said with you. As soon as you pull your elbow back, it's stuck here because your meridian and your breathing is already hindering each other. The real deal, you do not pull it back, you circle it in. So the hand, instead of pull back, it go up, circle it back. It is a circle. Okay? It's not this abrupt. It's not this abrupt. It's not this abrupt. Okay? So do not make equivalent on this shooting towel with Shaolin Wang Chun Queen type because they are doing this type of stuff. Or Ngo or White Crane. So I'm not attacking anybody. I'm just pointing out technically that is a different. This is Chinese culture. Until one have the 见地, in-depth, comprehensive understanding, one do not know what it is. If one don't have this, one don't even get to the level of the beginner student. Forget about the grandmaster. So what good is to all have all this grandmaster title when the simple as this in the basic never develop? Okay? I'm not whining here. I'm just telling you that all this bad habit must go if you really want to develop Kung Fu. Be a real grandmaster. Don't be a fake one. Okay? I support everybody to be a real grandmaster. And so, until you have this, you're not going to be able to proceed further on the Xu Lun Tao set. And thus have a name in the ancient Qigong. It's called Shen Jiang. As in my book, the Wing Chun Inception, it said that in the breathing there is rising, descending, open, closing. Shen Jiang Tai He. This is Jiang, Shen, sinking and raising, or descending and raising. So the design of the Xu Lin Tao 1850 is using the Mei Zhuang rule. It sing qi and then it rise it up. And with this, it incorporate with the Shaolin palm and finger techniques. Palm finger techniques is the Biuji techniques. So if you look at the Shaolin Xuanji Hesang, the monk Xuanji's drawing, the finger techniques, this is the variations. So we know it is from Shaolin and it is from Mei. And that with the body lead into the short strike, sticking body, short strike. That is the application part. We must know this much for Wing Chun to stay, or else there's no more Wing Chun. And so we want it to stay in America.